Good morning, welcome along to day number 3 of how to have more time and energy as a parent. I'm going to give everyone a few minutes just to jump on and we'll take it from there. Yeah, we'll dive right in. So yeah, while we're waiting, as the previous 2 videos have been done as well, these will be recorded and posted on my Facebook and hopefully on Instagram as well. So just to reiterate the last 2 videos, the last 2 days worth of content, we have looked at planning for success. So we've looked at creating a vision statement, setting some goals that align with that vision statement, creating tactics on how to achieve the goals, and then reviewing your progress, because when you review, that's your measure of success, your measurement of success. Yesterday we looked at prioritising you. So what does that look like? We looked at self-care, how to look after yourself, how to look after your health, whether it's your physical, your emotional or your mental health. And taking time and setting time, structuring time to make that happen. We looked at nutrition, how to fuel your body correctly. We looked at sleep, how much sleep is sufficient. And then we also looked at exercise, about just doing something, moving your body. So today's session is around setting the intention. So I touched on setting the intention in my first video, and today we're going to dive into that a little bit further. So when it comes to setting the intention, the best way to start is first thing in the morning. So what I found really helpful for me, and it's worked for others, is first thing in the morning, make sure you're up before the kids. Whether that's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even a few minutes before the kids, just make sure you're awake before the kids. Because the consequence of not being awake before the kids is that first thing in the morning, you're already having to serve others before you've even had a chance to think about yourself. So what I do is I wake up 15 minutes, usually 15 minutes before the kids, and I journal. And my journal is 5 questions and they're really simple. Some mornings it takes me a couple of minutes, sometimes it takes me a little bit longer. So previously I've posted a video before on what my journal is and breaking each step down in my journal. So I'm going to do it again very quickly for you today. So first question I ask myself in the morning is, how do I feel? And that is just a brutally honest question. How do I feel? And that is just simply to acknowledge right now in this moment, how do I feel? And some mornings I write shit, some mornings I feel great, some mornings I feel a bit lethargic, some mornings I feel sleepy, some mornings I'm really excited. And it's just about acknowledging how you feel right now. I then ask myself how I want to feel. So I've written down that I feel a bit tired and sleepy. How do I want to feel? I'd like to feel motivated. I'd like to feel energised. So already we have how I feel now, how I want to feel. So we can start to bridge that gap. The third question I ask is, what am I grateful for? So in a chaotic world where life is crazy and mental, it's quite easy to forget what we're grateful for on a daily basis. And I love this question because it really grounds you and it brings you back into your conscious mind and stops your mind wandering, because you ask yourself what you're grateful for. And it could be something as simple as the bed that you're in, the night's rest that you've had, the coffee you've got in your hand, anything you're grateful for. The fourth question is, who needs you to show up today? And again, this is a great question just to kind of get your conscious mind in tune and start to thinking about the rest of your day. Who needs you to show up? Some mornings that's my kids, some mornings that's my business, some mornings that's me. I need to show up today. I've got a day to myself and I need to look after myself. I need to go to the gym, I need to concentrate on self-care, and I've got a few wee tasks that need to get done as well. Fifth and final question is 3 goals for the day. So I touched on this slightly yesterday. If you can set yourself 3 goals for the day, I try to set 1 personal, 1 family and 1 business related goal, but you don't have to. You can set any 3 goals that you want, and they could be as simple or as complex as you like, depending on what time you have in the day. And by setting 3 goals, regardless of how chaotic and busy and stressful your day is, if you can tick off 3 goals every day, 1, you're going to get 1 step closer to where you want to be, because you have your vision statement, you have your goals, you have your tactics. So if you start to tick off them goals, you're going to get closer to your vision and where you want to be in life. But also, after a stressful day, if you can sit there and go, well, you know what, I've actually achieved 3 things today. How does that make you feel? when life's chaotic, life's stressful, life's overwhelming, if you can achieve 3 things in a day and tick them off at the end of the night, awesome. Okay, so by doing my journal, I'm setting the intention. Okay, I've acknowledged how I feel, I've acknowledged how I want to feel, I've thought about what I'm grateful for, I've acknowledged who needs me to show up today, I've thought about that, and then I've set myself 3 goals. So before anyone else has woken up, before the rest of the world in my household is awake, I've started prioritising myself and I've set the intention of how I want my day to look. Okay, so second point, setting the intention in the morning, avoid social media. So when we're thinking about journaling and we're thinking about setting the intention and prioritising yourself, if your first thought in the morning is what everyone else in the world is doing with their life, you're already focusing on someone else and not yourself. I've posted a video before that comparison is the greatest thief of joy, and it's absolutely true. You scroll through social media first thing in the morning and you see all the wonderful things that people have posted, all the great things in their life that they've posted. How does that make you feel? Not great. Get your journaling done first, set yourself 3 goals, and then you can think about social media and what that looks like. Okay, point number 3, make your bed. And again, it's something I've posted about before, and it's something I have discussed in the past, that life can be chaotic, life can be stressful, life can be overwhelming, and even after the shittiest day in the world, if you've made your bed in the morning, you've achieved one task, first thing, straight off. And just like how it's quite easy for negative emotions to snowball, unless you intervene, it's also really easy for positive emotions to snowball. So if you can wake up in the morning, journal, set 3 goals, avoid social media, get up and make your bed. Okay, you've already achieved one task. So if all else fails in the rest of the day, you can go to bed knowing that you've 1, made your bed, and 2, you've got a nice fresh bed to go back to at night. Okay, next point. 24 hours in a day. So I know I touched on this briefly yesterday. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So when it comes to prioritising yourself, when it comes to setting the intention, when it comes to your vision and what you want to achieve in life, we all have the same 24 hours. So a lot of parents find it really difficult in terms of time, in terms of energy. I don't have time to look after myself. I don't have time to make myself a healthy meal. I don't have time to exercise. And as I touched on yesterday, have a look at your screen time. Start to write down your morning and evening habits. What do you do before you go to bed? And then first thing in the morning, what do you do with yourself? So are these serving you well and getting you closer to where you want to be? Or actually are these habits holding you back? So if you're spending 45 minutes in the morning scrolling through social media, rather than setting an intention for the rest of the day, but then you turn around and say, actually Darren, I don't have time to exercise. Well, that 45 minutes that you spent scrolling through social media, could that have been used doing something more productive? Something to help you become the best version of you? Absolutely. And that's something we really need to consider. If you look at, so I'm going to look at sporting successful people because I love sport. So Michael Jordan, Cristiano Ronaldo, Usain Bolt, they've all had the same 24 hours in the day that we've got. And they've managed to achieve absolute greatness in their background, in their sport. So you need to think about that. Excuses are really easy to make. So we all make excuses, and we make excuses because it makes us feel better. I didn't have time to exercise today. I didn't have time to set 3 goals because I was really busy at work. Well, were you really that busy at work, or really that tired, or hungover, or ill, or whatever that looks like, whatever excuse you want to make to set 3 goals for the day, to spend 3 to 5 minutes journaling, to get up 15 minutes before your kids, to properly prioritise yourself and set the intention for the rest of your day. Something to think about, isn't it? Okay, so again, when it comes to kids and setting the intention, I always think that quality time with your kids is far better than quantity of chaotic time. So it's something I've discussed in the past as well, that I look to spend 30 minutes as a minimum of quality time with my kids. So I know on the surface that sounds bizarre, that you're only going to spend 30 minutes of quality time with your kids. But unless you actually consciously think about it, how often as parents are we here? We're present, but we're not really present. We're distracted. We're on our phone. We're emptying the washing machine. We're filling the dishwasher up. We're doing dishes. We're cooking tea. We're hanging washing up. We're thinking about the dog. We're thinking about what's on the agenda for tomorrow. Pack lunches, all these sort of things. We're not fully present. So actually, when we think about what we discussed yesterday in terms of role modelling and kids being sponges, kids value quality time. So if you can initially devote 30 minutes of undistracted quality time for your kids, where there's no social media, there's no television, there's no distractions, there's nothing, and ask them what they want to do. So give them 30 minutes of your time and say, what do you want to do? And just be there, just be present and get involved. Even if it's the worst thing in the world, it's 30 minutes of your day. Kids value that. That's what they want. It's very easy to get distracted. The world that we live in is full of distractions, and the little electronic handset in your hand, in your pocket, is the worst. So again, when it comes to setting the intention, think about that. Manage your screen time. Have a look at your screen time. Write it down. How does it make you feel when you see the screen time on your phone, your weekly average screen time? When it comes to notifications, do you need every single app that you have on your phone pinging at you every time you get a notification? What does a Facebook notification mean? What does it really mean? Nothing. If somebody really needed to contact you, they would pick up the phone. So yeah, absolutely, keep your phone notifications on, your call notifications. But think about your notifications. Think about the distractions that can pull you away from where you want to be in life. And the electronic device, the phone, is the world's worst. It's there to drag you away from what you're doing and to spend time on apps. Okay, so again, I'm aware I've fired quite a bit of content at you all. So just to kind of reiterate where we've been, wake up 15 minutes before your kids. It doesn't need to be 15 minutes, but I advise 15 minutes. Something I thought when I first started doing this is that the minute I get up, my kids are going to get up. I love a coffee in the morning, and my coffee machine isn't the quietest thing in the world. And I fully believed that the minute I went through to the kitchen and turned my coffee machine on, both kids would be up. And it's bullshit, because I just close the kitchen door and I go through, I get my coffee, I go back to my bed and I do my journal. And it takes me 5 to 15 minutes every morning. That's it. So how do you feel? How do you want to feel? What are you grateful for? Who needs you to show up? And then 3 goals. And by doing that, you're setting the intention for your day. Before anyone else has woken up in your household, before anyone else needs you and you need to serve other people, i.e. your children or your partner, you've already set the intention for your day. So you're on the front foot, you're not on the back foot. Avoid social media first thing in the morning. What everyone else has done with their day or the day before or with their week is completely irrelevant until you've set up the day that you want to achieve. I'm not saying don't check social media at all. Absolutely not, because practice what you preach, Darren. But first thing in the morning is not the time that you want to be on social media. I've mentioned it before that your first thought in the morning and your last thought at night are so important. Make your bed. If you can't achieve anything else in the day, if you can wake up and make your bed, you've achieved one task. Right? And I know for some people that's maybe laughable, but for some people, making the bed in the morning isn't a thing, and they get into the unmade bed that they left 12 hours previous to that. 24 hours in your day. Structure it. As I said yesterday, structure is the antidote to chaos. When life is chaotic, structure it. If you've not got yourself a wee weekly planner, grab one. Right? Pop your goals down on the weekly planner and then start prioritising what's important and what's not important. Quality over quantity time with your kids. Start with 30 minutes. 30 minutes of undistracted quality time with your kids. And you will notice a massive difference. As we spoke about yesterday, kids, we are role models for our kids. We have to set the environment, and they are like sponges. It's a mirror image. Our behaviours and our actions influence our kids' behaviours and actions. So I'll say that again. Our behaviours and actions, or your behaviours and actions, influence your children's behaviours and actions. So think about it. Okay, so as I mentioned yesterday, I have a 6-week program coming up, and I've had a couple of messages from the mention of it yesterday, so I'm going to share a little bit more about that with you now. So 6-week program. So what's included in the 6-week program is you'll have access to a members only Facebook group full of like-minded people who all want to achieve like-minded and similar results to what you do. You'll have top class accountability because you're going to have a group of people with the same goals and visions in mind or similar. You're going to have access to myself, who's also going to be in the group, and will be there to answer any questions and be there as and when required. We're going to have weekly check-ins. So not only are you going to have the accountability of yourself and other people in the group, you're also going to have me checking in and seeing how you're getting on, tracking your progress. And we're going to have weekly content and tasks. Okay, so what are you going to achieve by doing this? So what you're going to achieve is you're going to achieve structure. So as we've spoken about, structure is the antidote to chaos. When life is chaotic, structure is the antidote. So you're going to achieve structure. You're going to achieve focus. Focus on what's important and where you want to be in life. We're going to create time. We're going to start to pull away these bad habits that aren't serving you and aren't getting you where you want to be. And we're going to focus on the habits that are getting you closer to where you want to be. So by doing that, by taking away what isn't important, we're going to create time. And you're going to start looking after yourself. So you're going to create energy. So by focusing on self-care, by focusing on your nutrition, your sleep and exercising, you're going to create energy. You're going to be more energetic. So when we think about the 3-day success course, we've looked at planning for success, we've looked at prioritising you, and we've looked at setting the intention. So as an overarching umbrella, you're going to be planning for success. You are going to be prioritising you, and you are going to be setting the intention. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by looking at your current values, your current beliefs, your current priorities, and your current habits, and we are going to take them, and we are going to look at the person that you want to become, where you want to be, and we're going to start taking action. And by taking action, we're going to take small steps to get you to where you want to be in life. So 6-week course, £99, fully exclusive, access to members only Facebook page, exclusive access to me. There'll be weekly content, tasks, and we are going to get you structure, time, energy and focus. If anyone's interested, drop me a thumbs up in the comments box. As I said, this video will be recorded and posted on Facebook and hopefully Instagram. I do need at least 3 people to jump on, or I won't be able to run the course, and that's just due to that it's not worthwhile with any less than that. Okay, does anyone have any questions on the content of setting the intention, or any questions on the 6-week program that I'll be running? If anyone does, feel free to fire them in the comment box now. I'll hold off a couple of minutes and I'll answer them if there's any. So far, so good. Okay, I'll leave it at that for today. If anyone has any questions that they want to ask, please feel free to drop a comment once the video is posted, or to message me privately. That's absolutely fine either way. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you all soon.